Hi dear students, welcome to the third session of Physics Bridge course. Today we are going to discuss about some of the terminologies that is related to the kinematics. These terminologies are very important to understand the motion of an object. First one is the distance traveled by a body or an object. It is the total length of the path traveled by the particle. Suppose this bus moves from position A to position B. Along its path, the bus will take many turns and thereby changing its direction. The total length of the path that the bus covered to move from A to B is called distance. In the problem, if we are able to define the quantities, here the quantity is distance without the help of direction, then the physical quantity is said to be a scalar. Therefore, distance is a scalar quantity and it is measured in terms of meters. One more example for the scalar quantity is mass. If I ask what is the mass of your body, if your mass is 50 kg, then you answer 50 kg. In this case, we are not giving the answer that my mass is 50 kg in north direction. Therefore, mass does not need any direction to specify it. Hence, it is a scalar quantity. Now, let us consider some important points that we discussed for the distance. The distance is the length of the path traveled by the particle, and it is a scalar quantity and its SI unit is meters. Now let us consider one more terminology, displacement. Let us consider the previous problem in which instead of this curved path for the bus to reach from A to B, if we have one more direct way which connects between A and B, then compared to the first path, second one is the shortest path. Therefore, straight line path is always a shortest path. This shortest path which connects A and B is called displacement. Let us consider one more example. Suppose you have to travel from town A to town B. The best route in this case is a straight line in the north direction. But because of road works along this straight line path, we choose one more route. In this case, the distance traveled would be something like this. Now, when the road works are completed, the distance needed to be covered would be something like this. Distance is measured in meters and denoted by small letter m. Let the distance between these two towns along straight line is 20,000 meters. But due to the road construction work, you had to cover the distance of 50,000 meters. We also know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. In this case, we can say instead of 20,000 meters, it is equal to 20 kilometers. And 50,000 meters is equal to 50 kilometers. Among these two routes, the shortest distance is 20 km, which is straight connection between the town A and town B. In this case, the distance is 50 kilometers, that is a curved path in which we are continuously changing our direction. And here I can't able to tell that I covered 50 km in north direction because this part is not in north direction. This part is also not in north direction, only this part is in north direction. But in a straight line path, I can tell I covered 20 km in north direction because this whole length is in north direction. Therefore, in this case, displacement is 20 km in north direction. Here, one thing we have to note it down. Whenever we are giving the answer for displacement, we need to specify its direction. In this case, we told that the displacement is 20 kilometer in north direction. If you tell only 20 kilometers, then the answer is not correct. In case of distance, we will not mention the direction. In this case, the distance is 50 kilometers, that's all. Here we are not mentioning its direction. From this example, we can conclude that the shortest distance is the displacement. If any object moves in the straight line connecting between the starting and end points, that becomes a displacement. The displacement is a vector quantity and it is measured in terms of meters. Now let us consider one problem. Here, given that to move from A to B in the figure, what is the distance and displacement should we cover? By the definition of the distance, it is the total length of the path that we would cover while moving from A to B in this figure. Therefore, the distance is equal to length of the path AC plus length of the path CB in the figure. Here, given that the length of the path AC and length of the path CB is equal to X and Y respectively. By substituting this value of AC and CB, we are getting the distance is equal to X plus Y. Therefore, the distance is X plus Y meters. Here we are not mentioning its direction because the distance is a scalar quantity. Now consider the second part, that is to calculate the displacement for the given problem. We have to join the starting and end points of this journey. Therefore, the displacement is equal to length of the side AB of the right angle triangle ACB. We can find the length of the side AB by using the Pythagoras theorem. That is, length of the side AB the whole square is equal to length of the side AC the whole square plus length of the side CB the whole square. Here given that the length of the side AC and length of the side CB is equal to X and Y respectively. Therefore, we will get AB whole square is equal to X square plus Y square, or AB is equal to square root of X square plus Y square. Therefore, the displacement in this case is equal to square root of X square plus Y square meters in the northeast direction. In this case, we are going to mention the direction of the quantity because displacement is a vector quantity. Now look at this example. When the passenger travels by a taxi, is he charges based on the distance or displacement? Answer is taxi charges the passenger based on the distance. If you go to the neighboring town and return in the same taxi, the taxi meter shows the charge for the entire round trip. If you now try to explain to the taxi driver that your displacement is 0 and hence you must pay nothing, he will not allow you to go. Here is one more problem. In a room, the cat is moving from position A to C. Suppose the room is constructed with the walls having the length, breadth and height of 2 meters each. Find the distance and displacement that covered by the cat to move from A to C along the sides of the wall. So here we can visualize the problem like this. We can construct one square. Because cat cannot jump, we can see this problem. The cat is moving only along the plane. Here A, B, C, D. Here from A to B, the length, breadth and height of the room they are given as 2 meters each. At that time, this is the square room. Therefore, the length is having 2 meters and breadth is also 2 meters. Suppose the cat starts from A to B and B to C. Finally, it reaches the C. Here in this given problem, the cat covers the distance from A to C along the side of the wall. Means it will go along the side of the wall and it finally reaches to C. So at that time, the total length of the path covered, that will gives the distance, and the shortest distance will gives the displacement. According to the definition, we are getting the value of distance as here the length AB plus the length BC. So therefore we are getting the value of the distance as 2 meters plus 2 meters. So 2 plus 2 is 4 meters. We are getting the value of the distance is 4 meters. Now, when we are finding the value of the displacement we are getting as the shortest distance, that we are getting by drawing the straight line from A to C. That is, since the wall makes the 90-degree angle between AB and BC, so this value of AC we can easily find by using the Pythagoras theorem. Here the length of the AC will give us the value of the displacement. Therefore AC is equal to square root of AB square plus BC square. So that is equal to square root of 2 square plus 2 square, that you are getting as 2 to the 4 plus here 4, 2 times you are getting the value of 4, right? So therefore 2 root 2 in the northeast direction. If the distance traveled is a straight line, the displacement will be the same magnitude as the distance, but with the direction provided as well. In the most cases of our day-to-day lives, the distance covered is greater than the displacement seen. If we are not traveling in a straight line, then the amount of distance built up will be different from displacement. In this problem, given that suppose runner A ran in a race and finished the 1000-meter track, what was the distance and displacement? In this case, the total length of the path, that is the displacement covered, is equal to length of the track, that is 1000 meters. Now, to find the displacement, the runner starts and ends with the same point. Therefore, the total displacement is 0 meters. There are different types of transportation facilities are available to move from one place to another place. But one transportation facility differs from another transportation facility by its speed. For example, in older days, people go from one place to another place by walk because of no transportation facility. After people started to move from one place to another by using cycles. Because of the development of machines, later the cars and bus transportations were started. Among this, now let us consider two transportation facility to move from Bhatkal to Honavar, which is having a distance of 36.7 kilometers according to the Google map. Here it is a distance, not a displacement. From this Google map we can see the starting and end point, that is Bhatkal and Honavar is joined by a curved path. It is not a straight line path. Therefore, it is a distance, not a displacement. From Google Map, the time taken to move from Bhatkal to Honavar by walk is nearly 7 hours 21 minutes. If we travel the same distance by car, then we reach Honavar after 40 minutes. From this example, we can see that the time taken is more to reach Honavar by walk compared to the car. Therefore, in general sense, we tell traveling by car is faster than walking. This fast or slow motion of an object is defined in physics by two quantities called speed and velocity. Now let us discuss speed and velocity in detail. First one is speed. Speed is defined as the distance traveled by the body in unit time. Since distance is a scalar quantity on which speed is dependent, therefore speed is also a scalar quantity. And it is given by the formula speed is equal to distance by time. From this formula, the speed is also defined as the rate of distance. Here, the term rate represents 1 over time in the speed formula. Second one is velocity. Velocity is defined as the displacement per unit time. Since the velocity depends upon displacement, velocity is a vector quantity. And it is given by the formula velocity is equal to displacement by time. On the other hand, it is defined as the rate of displacement. Here the term rate represents 1 over time in the velocity expression. Now let us have an example. A runner A ran in a race. He completed a 100 meters track in just 25 seconds. What is his speed and what is his velocity? The answer will be his speed can be found by the formula distance by time. Here the distance is 100 meter. To cover this 100 meter, he took the time interval of 25 seconds. Therefore, 100 meter divided by 25 seconds is equal to 4 meter per second. And his velocity can be found by using the formula velocity equal to displacement by time. Here the displacement is equal to distance because both are same in a straight line. Therefore displacement is equal to 100 meter. To cover this 100 meter, he took the time interval of 25 seconds. Therefore 100 meter divided by 25 seconds, which is equal to 4 meter per second, going towards the right. Now we clearly understood what is meant by speed and what is meant by velocity. We can easily find these quantities if we know the distance or the displacement covered in a particular time. Now let us consider one example in which the body covers equal distances in an equal time interval in a straight line motion. That is, in the first 1 second, it covers a distance of 2 meters. In a next 1 second, it covers a distance of further 2 meters. In a further next 1 second, it will cover a distance of 2 meters. So we can visualize this problem like this. The body starts from the point A and it reaches the point B. For that, it will take the time interval of 1 second. In this time interval, it covers the distance of 2 meters. The length of AB is 2 meters. In a same next 1 second, it will cover a further 1 meter length. That is from B to C. In a same time interval, 1 second, it will cover the distance of 2 meters. In a further 1 second, it covers a distance of 2 meters from C to D. Here, since the distance and displacement are equal because it is a straight line path, so we can find the velocity and the speed for the length AB, length BC and length CD. When the body is traveling from A to B, we can find what is the velocity and speed of this body. We know the formula for the speed is equal to distance by time, and velocity formula is equal to displacement by time. Since here it is a straight line motion, the distance from A to B is equal to 2 meters, that is equal to displacement. But when we are telling the distance, we are telling only 2 meters, but when we are telling the displacement, we are telling that is 2 meters in a east direction. This side is east direction. If the body is moves in this direction, that becomes a east direction. So therefore here the displacement is 2 meters towards the east in 1 second. Therefore we can get the speed is equal to, distance is 2 meters here, time taken to cover the distance 2 meters from A to B is equal to 1 second. Therefore we are getting the answer 2 meter per second. Similarly, we are getting the velocity value is equal to displacement by time. Here the displacement is 2 meters towards the east divided by time taken is 1 second. Therefore here also we are getting the answer as 2 meter per seconds towards east. So now let us consider one more distance, that is from B to C. Here also the distance is 2 meter, the time interval is 1 second. Therefore we are getting the speed is equal to 2 meter per second and velocity is equal to 2 meter per second towards east when the body moves from B to C. Again, for the path C to D, here we are getting the same speed and same velocity, because here also the distance covered is 2 meter in 1 second. Therefore speed is equal to 2 meters per second and velocity is equal to 2 meter per second towards east when the body moves from C to D. So from this problem we can see that the velocity when the body moves from A to B is 2 meter per second towards the east. When the body is moves from B to C, again the velocity is 2 meter per second towards east, and from C to D again the velocity is 2 meter per second towards the east. In the interval when the body travels from A to B, the speed is 2 meter. Here from B to C, again the speed is 2 meter per second. Here when the body travel from C to D, again the speed is 2 meter per second. Therefore the speed is same from A to B, B to C and C to D along its whole path. Now let us find what is the speed and velocity for the same particle to move from A to C. The speed and velocity of object when it moves from the speed and velocity of the object when it is moves from A to C. From A to C, the distance is equal to AB length plus BC length, that is 2 meter plus 2 meter, that is equal to 4 meters. To cover 4 meters, the time taken by the body is here from A to B 1 second, from B to C it is a 1 second, that is total time is equal to 1 second plus 1 second, that is 2 seconds. To cover 4 meter it took 2 seconds, therefore speed is equal to distance by time. We are getting the value as 4 meter divided by 2 seconds, that is 2 ones are 2 twos are again 2 meter per second. If we find the velocity for this case, displacement by time, here the displacement is again 4 meter because it is a straight line path. For a straight line path, the distance is equal to displacement. So in this case we are getting the displacement again as 4 meters but towards the east, divided by time is 2 seconds. So 2 meter per second towards east. So this direction is important here in case of velocity. So in this case, if we extend the path, instead of AB, if we extend the path from A to C, again we are getting the speed as 2 meter per second and velocity as 2 meter per second. Now let us find the speed and velocity for the particle to move from A to D. From A to D, the distance is equal to AB, length AB plus length BC plus length CD. Length AB plus length BC plus length CD. Length AB is 2 meters, length BC is again 2 meters, length CD is again 2 meters, that is equal to 6 meters is the distance from A to D. To cover this distance from A to D, that is 6 meters, it took the total time of 1 second plus 1 second plus 1 second, that is totally 3 seconds. So we can find the distance and displacement for this case as speed is equal to distance by time, that is equal to, here distance is 6 meters and the time is equal to 3 seconds to cover the 6 meters, that is equal to again 3 ones are 3 twos are, that is 2 meter per second. Velocity value again we can find as displacement by time, that is equal to, here the displacement is equal to distance, therefore again we are getting the displacement value as 6 meters but towards the east, divided by time interval is 3 seconds, therefore 3 ones are 3 twos are again 2 meter per second towards the east. If we come back to this problem, we can observe here, to cover A to D, the object is moves with a speed of 2 meter per second and the object is moves with a velocity of 2 meter per second towards the east. If we are considering the path only from A to C, in this case also the body covers the distance from A to C with the same speed of 2 meter per second and the velocity of 2 meter per second towards the east. If we further consider a small path, that is from A to B, again we are getting the speed of 2 meter per second, or the velocity with which the body moves from A to B is equal to 2 meter per second towards the east. Here we can see that the speed is same if you consider it for 3 seconds or for 2 seconds or for first 1 second. In such cases, the speed is said to be uniform. That is, in this case, for first 1 second, we got the speed as 2 meter per second. For 2 seconds also, we got the speed as 2 meter per second. For 3 seconds also, we got the speed as 2 meter per second. Therefore, the speed is said to be uniform throughout the motion of an object. If we consider the velocity case, we can see the velocity is also same if you consider it for 3 seconds or 2 seconds or 1 second. In such cases, the velocity is said to be a uniform. In this case, for first 1 second we got the velocity as 2 meter per second towards the east. For 2 seconds also we got the velocity as 2 meter per second towards the east, and for 3 seconds also we got the velocity as 2 meter per second towards the east. Therefore, the velocity is said to be uniform throughout the motion of an object. Therefore, a particle is said to be in a uniform speed if the distance covered is equal in an equal interval of the time, however small the interval may be. And a particle is said to be in a uniform velocity if it covers the equal displacement in an equal interval of the time, however small the time interval may be. Let's once recap whatever the topics we discussed today. First, we discussed about the concepts, that is distance and displacement. Next, we discussed how to find the speed and velocity of an object in a straight line path as well as in a random path. Further, at the end, we discussed about uniform speed and uniform velocity. Hope you understood all these concepts. See you next time.